Okay, today we're going to show you a cabin air filter replacement on a Volvo S90, and in this video I'm going to show you the reassembly so you can say that the disassembly is just the opposite. So we have an airflow indication, so you want to make sure you know what direction your airflow is going to be in. Alright, I'm currently in the vehicle. I'm getting ready to remove the old air cabin filter, and that'll also show me the direction of the airflow. I'll put it back exactly the same way. Alright, so here's our cabin air filter getting ready to be pulled out. You'll notice the hose hanging there. That I just took that off to make it easier. So I'll go ahead and pull this out. It looks pretty easy relative to other Volvos I've had to deal with. You'll also notice that you gotta kind of work it. So with genuine Volvo filters, it's going to be a picture. It's going to show you the front of the car. So the way this one was in, it was in like this. So I guess it could also be in like this. Our airflow arrows are going to point towards the front of the vehicle. Since I went aftermarket, I'm going to do a length width height comparison, so do that real quick. And you can see the old one, you know, just had a bunch of leaves and debris in it. Alright, I also want to show you a bunch of debris that fell out, kind of like leaves and stuff. I don't know what kind of dirt and crap that is. But that fell out, so I'll look up in there and clean everything up that I can before I reassemble it, because you know, I'm like that. Okay, so there's airflow is going to be to the front of the vehicle, so it's going to go in like this. And all I did was I just took a rag and wiped off the shelf that is in there. It's like a compartment in there. I just kind of wiped it off. So I will reinsert this. Alright, don't be afraid to work this corner in. You know, you can bend it in a little bit. It's pretty flexible. And then you just want to make sure you don't pick up any trash that fell out. I'll vacuum that out. And then it just goes up into position. It's a lot easier than some of the other Volvos. So here's the cover plate that goes underneath the filter there. You'll snap this in place. There's two ends. They just click in place. To get them off, I just kind of bent them a little bit, worked it a little bit till it popped off. This one, which is up against the firewall and the footwell there, that was more of a pain in the butt. I just kind of pulled on it, worked on it a little bit. It finally broke loose. There's really not much you can do. It just kind of clicks in place. You can just pull it, no problem. And then that hose was hooked up here. I'm going to reconnect the hose last, so this should just snap into place and then connect the hose. Okay, I put the panel in place and it held itself in place, and I just pushed on the ends till I heard a click. Then there's two knobs here, one in the front and one in the back. You just turn those, I'm using the wrong hand, and reconnect the hose there. So I have the two little wing nuts, if you will, snap back in place, and the hose reconnected. Now we'll put the panel back on. Alright, so this is one of those nice panels, so it has a bunch of places that will hold itself up. So you just kind of click it in place, and then you make sure that this tab is connected and that the back is properly connected, and then you'll just put your screws back on. So all I did was line up those pins, and I just snapped it in place. Just made sure all three spots, one in the middle and one on each end, were snapped in. Now I will put the screws back in. There's one that goes here, and there's one that goes here. Alright, the two screws were a T25, so pretty standard. And now I get a vacuum cleaner and vacuum all this crap that fell out after I pulled the old filter in, and we'll be done. Alright, you know, it's dirty, so it's a couple years old. But anyway, I will say this, the Volvo filter is definitely heavier. There's a lot more to it than this aftermarket product that I purchased. Premium Guard. Anyway, so anyway, if you spend the money on a Volvo filter, you're definitely getting more bang for your buck, I'm sure of that. The instructions were also kind of lame. It was written for a 2016-17 XC90, and like I said, the instructions were pretty lame. But it did say use a Torx T25, which is correct for the S90. So anyway, thank you for watching.